Very good morning, dear. Today we are going to continue the second part of the second one prose, that is the sound of music. Here we have already started dealing with this part, and there we have seen how the new version of Pungi invented by a barber is called Shehnai. And I would like to repeat this again. It is called Shehnai because it was firstly played in the presence of Shah by a barber, that means Nai, and that's why it was named Shehnai, due to Shah's chamber plus Nai equals to Shehnai. Okay, likewise just a spelling change is there, but it is firstly played in the Shah's chamber. It was firstly played by Nai, and that's why it is Shehnai. Okay, so this way it has been named Shehnai. Up to here we have completed. Again the picture is given there. And why it was given another name? Because it was so different, or there was so much difference between the Shehnai and Pungi, means that new pipe, this new improved version Pungi and the previous one Pungi, and that's why everyone thought it must be given another name, so it was named Shehnai. Okay, later on look at what happened in the second paragraph. It is talking about, or the second paragraph is about the Bismillah, means the person Bismillah Khan who brought the Shehnai on the stage. He brought the Shehnai on the stage, and how it is given there. Look at in the second part. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious as it has melodious, soft tonal quality. Yes, due to the new version, or due to that barber, this new version of Pungi, that means Shehnai, had such a soft and melodious sound, and that's why now it began to be considered auspicious. Auspicious matlab pavitra manna. Yes, so then, and for this auspicious, look at there, promising to bring good fortune, मीनिंग इज गिवन देयर. ऑस्पिशियस यानी एक ऐसी चीज जो तुम्हें प्रॉमिस करती हो कि आपका भविष्य अच्छा होगा. सो ऐसी ऑस्पिशियस पवित्र चीज मानी जाने लगी किसे? शहनाई को. एंड फॉर दिस रीजन, और इसी कारण की वजह से क्या हुआ? इट इज स्टिल प्लेड इन टेम्पल्स. आज की डेट में यू विल फाइंड दैट शहनाई इज प्लेड इन द टेम्पल्स, मंदिरों में ये बजाई जाती है. एंड और बिसाइड्स वी कैन से इट इज एन इंडिस्पेंसिबल कंपोनेंट ऑफ एनी नॉर्थ इंडियन वेडिंग. इंडिस्पेंसिबल मीन्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इंडिस्पेंसिबल मीन्स विदाउट विच समथिंग कैनॉट बी डन. इंडिस्पेंसिबल दैट मीन्स इनसेपरेबल, जिसे हम डिवाइड नहीं कर सकते, सेपरेट नहीं कर सकते, अलग नहीं कर सकते. ये अविभाज्य जो बोला जाता है वैसे, विच कैनॉट बी सेपरेटेड, जिसे हम सेपरेट नहीं कर सकते, ऐसी. सो नाउ दिस Shehnai has become indispensable component, that means very very important part of any North Indian weddings. नॉर्थ इंडिया की कोई भी शादी हो बिना शहनाई के नहीं होगी. इन द पास्ट, अब पास्ट की भी यहाँ बताई जा रही है कि द शहनाई वॉज पार्ट ऑफ द नौबात और ट्रेडिशनल एंसेम्बल ऑफ 9 इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स फाउंड एट रॉयल कोर्ट्स. यस, इट वॉज नौबात, एज यू माइट नो दैट नवरत्न, यस, नौबात इन द रॉयल प्रेजेंस और रॉयल रेसिडेंस में या रॉयल कोर्ट में नौबात हुआ करता था. सो शहनाई इज वन ऑफ देम, और शहनाई वॉज वन ऑफ देम. इफ यू थिंक अबाउट द पास्ट, अगर पास्ट की बात करते हैं, सो शहनाई हैड बिकम वन ऑफ द नौबात्स, और जो नौबात्स हुआ करते थे रॉयल कोर्ट में, इट हैड बिकम वन ऑफ देम. यस, लुक एट द नौबात और ट्रेडिशनल एंसेम्बल मीन्स a group of 9 instruments found at रॉयल कोर्ट. रॉयल कोर्ट में जो 9 इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स पाए जाते थे, उनका जो ग्रुप पाया जाता, पाया जाता था. Shehnai was one of them. So you can imagine the place of Shehnai, yes, how it had begun to be considered auspicious and very very important, inseparable part. Yes, and then till recently it was used only in temples. Till recently it was used only in temples and weddings. Till recently, अभी तक means up to Bismillah's entry, बिस्मिल्लाह की एंट्री होते तक it was played in weddings and temples only. सिर्फ शादियों में और टेम्पल्स में सिर्फ बजाया जाता था. अप टू द एंट्री ऑफ बिस्मिल्लाह खान, बिस्मिल्लाह खान की एंट्री होते तक. टिल रिसेंटली मीन्स up to the entry of Bismillah Khan, Shehnai was played or is used only in the temples and weddings. But लेकिन देखो उसके बाद बिस्मिल्लाह खान ने क्या चमत्कार किया. The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to उस्ताद बिस्मिल्लाह खान. But the credit, लेकिन सारा क्रेडिट किसे जाता है? बिस्मिल्लाह खान को, who bring it onto the classical stage. क्लासिकल स्टेज पे ही ब्रॉड दैट इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑन टू द क्लासिकल स्टेज. क्लासिकल स्टेज पे लाने का अगर किसी ने कार्य किया है, सो दैट इज उस्ताद बिस्मिल्लाह का. बिफोर हिज कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन शहनाई वॉज जस्ट यूज्ड ओनली इन द टेम्पल्स एंड इन द वेडिंग सेरेमनीज. बट ड्यू टू बिस्मिल्लाह खान, उस्ताद बिस्मिल्लाह खान, इट इज़ नाउ प्लेड ऑन द क्लासिकल स्टेज. आज वो क्लासिकल स्टेज पे भी बजाई जाती है. एज अ 5-year-old बिस्मिल्लाह खान, नाउ इन द थर्ड इट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द बॉयहुड ऑफ बिस्मिल्लाह खान. Boyhood of Bismillah Khan, and look at the what he had done at that in that age, in these days, what he had done. Let's see. As a 5-year-old, 5 साल के बच्चे के तौर पे बिस्मिल्लाह खां played गिल्ली डंडा near a pond in the ancient state of Dumron in Bihar. In Bihar, there was a state Dumron, ancient state. Okay, so there, as a 5-year-old boy, he was playing गिल्ली डंडा. गिल्ली डंडा इंडिया का बहुत पुराना खेल है. गिल्ली डंडा he was playing, yes, and where near the pond in the ancient state of Dumron in Bihar. He would regularly go to the nearby Bihari temple. He would regularly going. Okay, he would regularly go to the Bihari temple which was there in Dumron, to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita. Look at the boyhood days of him. He was playing gilli danda, singing Chaita. Yes, playing danda near the pond, singing Chaita in the Bihari temple, and at the end of which he would earn a big laddu. And at the end of Chaita, after finishing Chaita, he was getting a big laddu of weighing 1.25 kg. 1.25 kg का उनको लड्डू मिलता था as a prize given by the local महाराजा. दुमरौन के जो लोकल महाराजा थे उनके द्वारा उन्हें एक लड्डू बख्शिश के तौर पे दिया जाता था at the end of the Chaita. As soon as he finished the singing of Chaita, he was getting a prize. Yes, and what was that prize? It was laddu, a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg. This happened 80 years ago. अभी 80 साल पहले की बात है. And the little boy has traveled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. And now, at the age of 80 or in the 80s or up to here, he had traveled all over the India and the world. पूरी दुनिया में वो घूम चुके हैं as well as in the world. And he had been awarded with the highest civilian award in India, highest civilian award, and that is the Bharat Ratna. Bharat Ratna, as we know, the highest civilian award. So he was awarded with this too. Yes, इन्हें ये भी अवार्ड दिया गया है भारत रत्न किन्हें, बिस्मिल्लाह खां. Why? Because of his contribution in the field of Shehnai, or as he brought it onto the classical stage. Due to that, he was awarded with the Bharat Ratna. Okay. So up to here, did you understand the boyhood, playing gilli danda, singing chaita, getting laddu? Yes. Then he traveled so far that he earned the highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna. Yes. Then look at there what is given. Born on 21st March 1916, Bismillah belonged to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. Look at that, the date of his birth is given there. Okay, so what is 21st March 1916? On that day he was born. Then he was born to the well-known family of musicians. Means he belongs to the family of musicians, well-known family of musicians in Bihar. बिहार के एक म्यूजिशियंस की फैमिली में इसका जन्म होता है. एंड हिज ग्रैंडफादर, ओके, अब उनके ग्रैंडफादर के बारे में दिया है. हिज ग्रैंडफादर रसूल बख्श खां वॉज द शहनाई नवाज ऑफ द भोजपुर किंग्स कोर्ट. मीन्स simply we can say in this fourth one para, it is about his family. Yes, his forefathers. So he belongs to the well-known family of musicians. His grandfather was also Shehnai player. His grandfather was also a Shehnai player named Rasul Baksh Khan, was the Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur King's Court. भोजपुर के जो किंग थे, उनके किंग के कोर्ट में ये शहनाई वादक थे. हिज ग्रैंडफादर, हिज फादर पैगंबर बख्श, अब इनके जो पापा थे पैगंबर बख्श, एंड अदर पैटर्नल एंसेस्टर्स. पैटर्नल मीन्स पापा से रिलेटेड, जो भी पैटर्नल अंकल्स है, वर ऑल्सो ग्रेट शहनाई प्लेयर्स. ऑल पैटर्नल अंकल्स और पैटर्नल एंसेस्टर्स, पैटर्नल जितने भी एंसेस्टर्स हैं, दे ऑल वर ग्रेट शहनाई प्लेयर्स. सबके सब शहनाई प्लेयर थे. मीन्स ही बिलोंग्स टू द फैमिली ऑफ शहनाई प्लेयर्स. ओके, then look at there what is given there in the fifth. The young boy took to music early in life, very early, बहुत जल्दी इन्होंने he took music as his career. बचपन में ही अपने मतलब कम उम्र में ही उन्होंने म्यूजिक को ही अपना करियर बना लिया. The young boy took to music early in life at the age of 3. 3 साल की उम्र में देखो क्या हुआ. When his mother took him to his maternal uncle's house in Banaras, now it is Varanasi. So when he was of just 3 years old, his mother took him to the maternal uncle's house. Maternal uncle, okay, इनके जो maternal uncle थे, मामा के घर जब वो लेके गए, when he was of 3 years only, and his mama was, means maternal uncle was in बनारस में रहते थे. Bismillah was fascinated watching और his uncles practice the Shehnai. He was fascinated, means at the age of 3, जब उसे 3 साल के थे, when he saw his uncle was playing Shehnai, he was fascinated watching his uncle playing Shehnai. अपने अंकल को शहनाई बजाते हुए देख ये पूरे तरह से मंत्र मुग्ध हो गए थे, अट्रैक्ट हो गए थे at the age of 3. And that's why here the writer says he took to music early in his life. अपनी जिंदगी के शुरुआती दिनों में ही इन्होंने म्यूजिक को चुन लिया था. And the example is this one. When he was just 3 years old, when he went to his maternal uncle's house with his mother, he was fascinated watching his uncle playing Shehnai. And look at the name of his maternal uncle is already given there, Ali Baksh. Okay, so then soon Bismillah started accompanying his uncle Ali Baksh to the Vishnu temple of Banaras, where Baksh was employed to play the Shehnai. एंड सून, बहुत जल्द ही, वेरी सून, ही स्टार्टेड अकम्पनिंग हिज अंकल, उनके जो मैटरनल अंकल थे उन्होंने अकम्पनी करना शुरू कर दिया. ही वॉज गोइंग टुगेदर और गोइंग विद हिज अंकल अली बख्श टू द विष्णु टेम्पल ऑफ बनारस. बनारस का जो विष्णु टेम्पल है उस विष्णु टेम्पल को उन्होंने जाना शुरू कर दिया विद हिज मैटरनल अंकल अली बख्श. Why? Because his maternal uncle Ali Baksh was playing in that temple Shehnai. He was playing their Shehnai. Look at that, it is given. He was employed to play the Shehnai. He was employed. His maternal uncle Ali Baksh was employed there to play Shehnai. Where? In the Vishnu temple of Banaras. बनारस का जो विष्णु टेम्पल है वहाँ अली बख्श को शहनाई बजाने की जॉब मिली थी. तो बिस्मिल्लाह खां was going with him to the Vishnu temple just to watch his uncle playing Shehnai, who was employed there to play Shehnai. And then Ali Baksh would play the Shehnai and Bismillah would sit captivated for hours on end. Up to the end of his playing, he was just sitting over there, captivated. पूरा आश्चर्यचकित होकर, मंत्रमुग्ध होकर अपने अंकल को बजाते हुए वो देखते रहता था. He was just sitting over there, captivated, watching his uncle playing Shehnai up to the end, खत्म होते तक. Slowly he started getting lessons in playing the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. And slowly, धीरे धीरे, he started getting lessons in playing the instrument. The instrument means Shehnai. He started practicing lessons. उसके जो lessons है किसके? Playing Shehnai. He started learning. सीखना उन्होंने शुरू कर दिया. And would sit practicing throughout the day. पूरा दिन वो practice करते ही बैठते थे. For years to come, the temple of Balaji and Mangal Maiya, the banks of the Ganga, became the young apprentice's favorite haunts where he could practice in solitude. And these three places, look at that, 4 years, कुछ सालों तक, 4 years to come, कुछ सालों तक, these are 3 places. Look at these 3 places. The first one is Balaji temple, Mangal Maiya temple, and the banks of Ganga, the banks of the river Ganga. These 3 places became the most haunting place for him, where he would practice playing Shehnai for hours in solitude. अकेले में कई घंटों तक वो वहाँ इन तीनों जगह पर घूमते फिरते और वहीं बैठकर अपनी प्रैक्टिस करते रहते. Where? At these 3 places, Balaji temple, Mangal Maiya temple, and the banks of river Ganga. At these 3 places he would haunt for hours, sitting over there practicing playing Shehnai in solitude, और भी अकेले में. Young apprentice means a person who is under training. Apprentice मतलब ऐसे व्यक्ति को कहा जाता है जो under training हो. तो he was doing his training or doing the practice of playing Shehnai at these 3 places for hours, घंटों तक, in solitude, अकेले में. The flowing waters of the Ganga inspired him to improvise and invent ragas that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of the Shehnai. And then what happened? As I told you in the beginning, he was the person who invented ragas on the Shehnai. Shehnai के ऊपर ragas का improvement या फिर जो invent करने वाला अगर कोई व्यक्ति है तो that is Bismillah Khan. Yes, so what happened then, and who inspired or what inspired him to improve or invent the ragas on the instrument Shehnai? So that is none other than the river Ganga. So look at the flowing waters of the river Ganga. Sorry, actually it is flowing waters of the river Ganga. गंगा रिवर का जो फ्लोइंग वाटर है उस वाटर ने उन्हें इंस्पायर किया. So there is the flowing water of the river Ganga inspired him. Okay, river Ganga का जो पानी है उसी ने उसको इंस्पायर किया to इम्प्रोवाइज और इन्वेंट रागाज, इम्प्रोवाइज करने का मतलब शहनाई पे रागाज, अलग अलग जो राग है वो बजाना, इम्प्रोवाइज करना, उन्हें इन्वेंट करना। विच वॉज प्रीवियसली थॉट, जो ऐसे पहले सोचा जाता था या कंसिडर किया जाता था कि इट इज बियॉन्ड द रेंज ऑफ शहनाई। बियॉन्ड द रेंज ऑफ शहनाई मीन्स इट कैनॉट बी प्लेड ऑन और इट कैनॉट बी इन्वेंट और प्ले ऑन द शहनाई। These ragas cannot be play on Shehnai. It was the thought of people. ये लोगों की सोच थी कि ऐसे राग हम शहनाई पे नहीं बजा सकते। It is beyond it. But he improved, he improvised, he invented the ragas on the Shehnai. And why? Or what made him improvise or invent all these? So that is none other than the flowing water of the Ganga. The flowing water of the Ganga inspired him. Okay, so up to here complete. Remaining part we will do in our next video lecture. Bye bye, see you, keep watching my videos and enjoy the classes.